Bertemu kembali, pasukan pembantu terus meningkatkan penggalian di sekitar kapal Evergreen untuk memastikan kapal Evergiven untuk memastikan ia kembali terapung dan dapat teruskan perjalanan. Menurut sumber dipetik Reuters, usaha ini menjadi sukar susulan batu yang berada di bawah haluan kapal.
Sebelum ini, pihak berkuasa berharap air pasang pada Ahad akan mampu untuk melepaskan kapal berkenaan. Air pasang turut dijangka pada hari ini. Namun Reuters lapor sehingga kini masih tiada laporan untuk melepaskan kapal berkenaan menggunakan kapal tunda. Presiden Mesir sebelum ini umum bersedia untuk mengalihkan sebahagian daripada muatan kapal tersebut selepas hari ini. Ketika ini terdapat lebih 369 kapal yang menunggu untuk menggunakan terusan Suez. Ini termasuk kapal kontena, kapal tangki minyak dan gas asli cecair. Kapal yang terkesan akibat situasi ini akan diberi diskaun untuk menggunakan terusan itu. Pakar menjangka proses untuk mengalihkan Evergiven akan mengambil masa yang lebih lama dan kompleks. 15% trafik kapal dunia melalui terusan Suez dan ia adalah antara punca utama pertukaran asing untuk Mesir. Situasi terkini dijangka akibatkan kerugian kepada pengurusan terusan sebanyak 14 ke 15 juta dolar sehari. Menurut Reuters, kadar hantaran untuk kapal tangki minyak meningkat hampir 2 kali ganda sejak Evergiven tersekat. Jika melalui Tanjung Harapan, jangka masa penghantaran akan ambil masa tambahan 2 minggu.
Dan untuk membincangkan berkenaan dengan situasi dan juga kesannya kepada harga minyak dan juga trafik laluan laut antarabangsa, kita bersama dengan Shan Said, Ketua Pakar Ekonomi Juai IQI. Shan, what went wrong at the Suez Canal and also what is the economic impact from what is happening there?
I think the captain of the ship could not handle the wind, and that's why the ship got stuck. And if you see, the ship is as big as the Empire State Building in New York. And this canal, it covers 12 to 50% of the global trade. And from here, 10% of the global oil supplies it pass. So I think it is a very important canal in terms of global trade. And the daily impact is around $10 billion because 50 ships, they pass through this canal and worth $10 billion of goods and services. So I think this will create some ripple effects, especially in the global supply chain. And I think Europe is going to suffer more because of this. So I think in the next 3 to 4 weeks, we can expect this canal to remain choked because of this ship, and I think it will have an impact on the global supply chain and on the global world trade.
You believe that it's going to last for 3 to 4 weeks?
According to the experts, especially the Egyptian Port Authority, they're saying the minimum for this ship to be removed, it will take 3 to 4 weeks. You have two scenarios, either to offload the containers. There are 20,000 containers on this ship, and this ship was coming from China and going all the way to Rotterdam. Or you remove this ship to its original position, that is the southern part of Suez Canal. So both these scenarios, they are saying the minimum is between 3 to 4 weeks. They tried to remove the ship last week. It just made last day. It just made little movement. But I think they are saying it will take at least 3 to 4 weeks. The Dutch and the Japanese experts are there working around the clock to resolve this issue as soon as possible.
And do you see traffic building up in other straits and also sea routes like Straits of Malacca or Strait of Hormuz or the Arab Sea?
I think other straits will get busy, but as far as I can see, Strait of Malacca is very important, and Strait of Hormuz, which are very clear at the moment. Strait of Malacca and Strait of Hormuz, it covers 45% of the global oil supplies. 80% of China's trade moved from west to east to Strait of Malacca. That's why Malaysia's strategic geography is very important for China. So I think these straits are becoming very, very important. And this Suez Canal has given a very clear message that global supply chain remains very fragile. Any strait that gets choked will have an impact on the global supply chain.
Do you know what kind of goods are on the ship right now? And of course, you mentioned the global supply chain comes under a lot of pressure due to this mishap. What is the ripple effect do you see, or what ripple effects do you see shipping companies to insurance companies and also other suppliers right now?
If you see right now, there are two main northern corridor and southern corridor of this Suez Canal, because most of the Arab Gulf they supply oil to Europe, and it goes from the northern side. And from the southern side, especially from North America and Europe, the grain comes to Asia. So a lot of companies will be filing for force majeure. What is force majeure? They will be expecting delays. Previously, it would take 30 days to reach to the destination. It might take 50 days now because the canal is choked. So I think a lot of insurance companies are working around the clock because the rates are going up. Previously, 4,000 would be the cost to ship anything from East Asia to West Coast of US, which is up from $1,500 which was happening in January 2020. So the cost has really gone up by 166%. Along with this, I think air freight charges would go up because the ship are having a choke situation, and some of the ships, they are taking detour. So once the ships are taking detour, it will take much longer. So I think the cost will go up, and I think most of the cost will be borne by the end users in many parts of Europe.
You said a few weeks ago, a few years ago even, that you've been saying that geopolitical risk is going to make an impact on oil prices after the attack on the Saudi oil facilities in September of 2019. Oil prices have gone up again by 5%. Now it has gone up again by 5% due to the blockage. Tell us more about that, especially when it comes to the oil price projection. Will it be more affected by the incident in Suez? Or also, what about the OPEC meeting this week?
Absolutely, Rizal. Geopolitical risk has made a huge impact on oil prices. And oil prices are quite sensitive in the last 3-4 years we have seen, especially on the geopolitical side. So I think just because of simple blockage, the oil prices have gone up by 5% in 2019. Attack on Saudi oil facility, oil prices went up by 14% just in one day. So I think geopolitical risk will make a huge impact, and a lot of oil and gas companies are now hedging themselves, especially in the geopolitical risk space, and they're increasing their premium. So, there are unforeseen circumstances that are happening that are beyond your control. So a lot of exogenous factors, geopolitical risk, uninterrupted supply can make an impact on prices. At the start of the year, we said oil prices will meander around $50 and $70 per barrel. Right now, oil price trading at 64. If this canal remains choked for the next 2 weeks, we can expect oil prices to go higher because 10% of the oil supply pass through this Suez Canal.
On that note, thank you very much, Syed, Ketua Pakar Ekonomi Jiwa IQI, membincangkan berkenaan dengan apa yang berlaku di terusan Suez dan juga apakah kesannya kepada harga minyak. Dan kita akan berehat seketika kembali selepas ini.